They're going to destroy the forest.
We have to do something. Let our powers combine. Earth, fire,
Hide! With your powers combined, I am Captain Planet! Go Planet!
Now we're driving, but I just wanted to say all these trees on the side of the road, they could be mango trees or, you know, avocado trees, and help also keep the shore from withering away, and because roots hold the soil, you know. And then there'd be food everywhere for everyone. How simple it is, you know. And I'm also seeing cobbler's peg, which we're about to go identify, growing next to all the dandelions that I just identified as well. Yeah, imagine all these trees being food trees, you know, perennial or trees, you know, easy. So we're just on the way now to a certain spot where I found some plant starts. This is just after Murwillumbah in the mountains. I just wanted to show OS people from overseas, what Australia's like around this place, North New South Wales, or the Northern Rivers of North New South Wales, on the way to Nimbin through Murwillumbah from Tweed Heads. And today we're going to shoot Iona Voice's video, and yes, that's her name. We used to, some people at school used to give her a bit of shit about it, but yeah. So Iona Voice has been a friend of mine since about year 8, I think it was. And she asked me to plant her a plant that will do well in its environment. And I thought, okay, what can I do? And then I remembered this place that I went to. Now, I think it's at the start of the town called Yukai. A lot of motorbike riders go out there, and I used to as well, because there's a nice national park behind there to motorbike ride on cliffs. I almost went off a cliff once. That wasn't too fun. And so what we're doing is we're going out there to have a look what they've got, because I remember that they have native plants. Now, I don't know how many of them were edible natives. I can't remember, but I know they had native plants. So we're going to go have a little look. And there's a nice little fruit shed. And actually we just went past a nice organic farm. So there's a lot of those around here too. So it's a good area for foraging. There's, you know, you've got to be careful about pesticide on the side of the roads, but not too much else. And so we're going to go up here, have a look at the plant starts. I might get some red lettuce for myself while I'm there, because I like foods of colour, because antioxidants equal anti-aging for us, and pigments are like antioxidants, translate into antioxidants for us, and which is free radical mitigation. So we age slower, apparently, and that's one of the major causes of aging, apart from like cell senescence and stuff. But I'll let you look into that. We're on gardening. So I'm thinking I'm going to plant one of the natives, Iona, because you want something that's going to do well in the environment. Well, a native must, you know, because it's native, be able to do well in this environment. So I thought I'm going to plant that at the local park just before the town, just before the place that sells the plant starts, because there, you know, I can make the park look a bit fuller with trees, because there's like a poor variety of trees. There's absolutely no food trees, ornamental mentals, and my crazy elders love to plant. And so we're going to try and increase the genetic diversity at this park. It's just like a rest stop park, and since there's a lot of them and I'm homeless and I'm actually doing this $30 bandit stuff for myself too, so I can eat a bit better, because yeah, I always run out of food on my really lowly wage, living under the poverty line according to the Australian government on youth allowance. And So a few people have already straight off the bat agreed to help me. Oh look, there's some people gardening. Hey, they're all gardening. I don't know if you can see those people, but there's people there and they're gardening. Awesome, good to see. I'm gonna get free wood chips from around here too. Ah, there's a free wood chip pile coming up. I'm gonna grab them later to do sheet mulching. There's a nice wood chip pile. I won't put that on this plant. I really should get some good soil, so what I'm doing is I'm recording this first half now, introduction, and then I'm going to plant it later on another day. So we'll go to the plant start place today, but I won't buy any of the plants, and even maybe I can show Iona this and she might want to choose. But that might be too much effort and we'll just do this quickly. Yeah, so I decided to go with something like a tree, because these are trees, the ones that we'll see. If they're cheap enough, we'll get one. And yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed the little drive. And I'll turn the camera back on soon, and I'll see you soon. Well, I shouldn't have turned the camera off because the park's right here. So I just turned the camera off for only a few seconds. So here's the park coming up. That's where I'm going to end up planting it. There's a few non-evergreens there that have lost their leaves for the winter. But yeah, there's nice artwork there. That was like an Aboriginal little totem pole or something there. And so yeah, it's Yukai, and so it's the first left into Yukai, just after this little bridge. And I found it because I heard there was an eco village up here, but there's, but I never, maybe I didn't drive far enough because I didn't come to an eco village, and I found this place instead. And so I like this place because it's just some random house. And they've got a lot of plant starts. Nothing like a nursery, but they're on their way. And this is sort of what I hope to do myself as well. So we just got a little bit of a drive down here. So this is the first left in Yukai. We can see more dandelions are growing on the side of the road. Also cobbler's pegs, and with the edible leaves, which I'm about to identify in a video after this. And the plant starts are just up here. So we're going to pull over. Forest plants, rainforest plants, and so that's why I thought it was apt, Iona. Because it's rainforest plants and they're natives from around here. So I thought that was very apt for what Iona asked for. She asked for something that will do well in its in the environment I planted in. So we can see here there's that beetroot, silver side. So there's a couple of things. Hoop pine over there. What's this one? Tuscan kale. Bit of Tuscan kale there. This is where I bought the flat parsley that I planted at my university as well. Flat parsley, yeah, that was it there. That's what I planted at the university. Mizuna. Lettuce, that's the one I think I'm going to get right now. So you always want to have a look, you know, how many plant starts are in there. That one's got 4. One's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one's got 3, 6. So they've all got different amount of little starts in there. So, you know, you can even get better value by choosing and separate the plants. Royal oak leaf lettuce. And choco vines. Oh, awesome. That, I might consider planting this. Gives an abundance of fruit. Grow them on a trellis, fence, or over a veranda. So I might see if I can grow these. I actually haven't seen these before. They're called choco vines. So the choco vines, and they grow a fruit. so I might end up planting them. Oh, look at that. That must be the fruit. So that must be the fruit there then, I'm guessing. Unless that's the tuber or the root. Haven't seen that one before. And got black mulberries here, so I might grow them as well. Iona, they're only $12, so that's within the budget. Some black mulberries, some dragon fruit. Got some dragon fruit there. Peacock lily. Black sapote, I remember reading about this. Also known as chocolate pudding fruit. Tropical tree to 5 meters. That's also $12. I mean, see, there's a lot of range here. I thought I remembered quite a nice range of food trees that I could plant. So this is perfect, Iona. So now everyone can come here and take advantage of this too. There's a Brazil cherry there for $5. Never seen one of them. And there's a tamarind, small leaf tamarind. Tulip wood. So there's a few good ones here. Flame tree, long-leaved tuckaroo, cheese tree. So fruits on that one. Random. So there's a lot here that I could plant. That one's only $3, but I can't get a young start like that because this is too far out for me to keep coming back, so I can't buy one of these younger starts like this. So I'll probably go with maybe the vines, because I always encourage you to grow viney stuff because it's easy to grow, but I'm not sure what any of those grow like, so I'll have to have a little research into it first. And then I'll come back and I'll choose. So we've got brown tamarind, acid berry, pink uoda. There's a lot here. I mean, I may as well show you guys. You can just pause the video. Oh, tulip wood. It's only $3. So there's a nice variety here. Sandpaper fig, $1.50. Maybe, Iona, we will plant you a couple of trees, not just one. I wonder if you can hear all the birds around me. Probably not. This camera's just an underwater camera. Black bean. Got the Daintree. And just a simple setup. Put your money in there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get some red lettuce for myself and come back after I research some of these trees' names and see what I'm going to pick out for Iona. And I think I better show her this video so she might want to pick. And you guys can pick. I am the $30 bandit, and you can pick what plant you want me to plant. We're trying for food plants though, that's the whole point. To get the food revolution going on. Another leaf gets in. Now Bangalow's a town down the coast a bit more, so here's a Bangalow palm. I'm not sure if you can eat the fruits, so I'll have to have a look into that. So yeah, there's a nice little variety there. I'm just going to scoot over to the car and get myself, I think, some red lettuce over here. And I mean, one of these has got 10 plant starts, and it's $3. I'm pretty sure, $3. Yeah, it looks like they're $3, all these ones. $3. They've got. So I think I'm going to get this container right here. Even though they're smaller than some of the ones up there, there's more of them. So you can always spread them out. And you've got more plants and more produce, and that's what we want. So, alright folks, we're back here at this same spot that you probably recognise from Tina Farber's $30 bandit. Oh, and look, I just seen there's some cobbler's peg right here. A little bit of cobbler's peg starting out. If you don't know about cobbler's peg, it's actually very medicinal. I have a video on it. And there's Tina Farber's chili plant. But today we're here for Iona Voice. I'm doing her a black sapote, which I found out is actually a black persimmon. So that's it there. That was $12 that plant start. And we're out near Yukai. Okay. Oh, we're on the left side of the road if you're heading in towards Tweed Heads from Yukai. Now, the black sapote. I'm just going to read you off some stuff. This is from the Your Natural Paradise page. And I chose this spot because there's all these other trees being planted here. So I'm sure these trees, and I also planted Tina some squash. Got some squash over there. And so I'm sure these trees should survive good here. The soil's really nice and moist under there. And it's a little bit clay-like, but it still crumbles pretty good. Now that's actually good for this black sapote. As it says on the last page here, it says the tree has broad adaptability as to terrain. In Mexico it grows naturally in dry forests or on alluvial clay near streams or lagoons where it is frequently subject to flooding. So it doesn't sound like it will suffer from root rot or anything, and I mean that's not going to be a problem right here anyway. And yeah, nevertheless it thrives in moist sandy loam, well drained sand, limestone with very little topsoil, So I mean, there's a lot of topsoil here that's quite nice, so that's another plus. And the climate likes for this tree are, just says about the same things, and it says dry forests, or on alluvial clay near streams or lagoons, again like I just read out. Now, so yeah, it's, when you Wikipedia Sapote, because I was Wikipediaing black Sapote, Sapotecia sapotes are the green, mamey and yellow sapotes, and then under the Ebonaceae sapotes there's black sapote and chapote. So if you Wikipedia, you'll come to this page as well, or if you go on your Natural Paradise page. And so I chose this one because I think it will do pretty good here in this environment. I come past here every 2 weeks so I can water it a bit more, and I decided to add it because I've added a chili tree over there and some other squash plants, so I thought it's, you know, better for me not to drive to too many different spots because I can't afford that, so I can look after this a bit. Now this one can get quite large, it can get up to like 30 meters and like big and bushy. It says, it said where I bought it from, 13 to 30 meters. So yeah, it's actually a black persimmon apparently. So I found out about persimmons at Nimbin, again, where they have a lot of rare stuff. So then there's other sapotes, white sapote and South American sapote. They all have their different names. And there's yellow sapote. Now let's see what's in there. Chemical constituents. Oh wow. Okay, so chemical constituents in the past 40 years. Experiments have carried out on the white sapote's seeds that have yielded the identity of many pharmacologically active compounds, including N-methylhistamine and N-dimethylhistamine and histamine. It also contains 2,5,6-trimethylflavone, 2,5,6,7 tetramethylflavone, Zapotin. Ah, Zapotin. Okay, I've heard of that before. And zapotonin. So look into those if you want to know what that's all about. I didn't look too deep into that. Health effects. Several recent in vitro studies have shown that zapotin has potential anti-carcinogenic effects against isolated colon cancer cells. So there you go. I didn't know that was there. Eating the fruit has long been known to produce drowsiness, as noted by Francisco Hernandez de Toledo in the 16th century. Europeans were not the first to note this quality, and some other stuff about that. And yeah, and I read you about the soil and stuff, so I think it's going to go well here. And thanks, Iona. Soon in, I don't know how many years this will take to bear fruit, at least probably 6 to 10. By the look of it, it'll take a while to bear a lot of good fruit, maybe 6 years or 4 years or something like that, or more. But yeah, at least it's here and it's started, and that's what I encourage you all to do, you know, get growing. Because I mean, you stick it in the ground and it grows itself, but you've got to get to that point where you actually stick it in the ground first, you know. And yeah. Iona also wanted to know a bit about my situation because she hasn't seen me much since high school, and so I started up this $30 bandit where you can pay me to plant you some plants. Sometimes I'll go to exotic locations, sometimes I'll just go to, say, my university garden bed or something, not such an exotic location. Yeah, or sometimes I'll take you somewhere really nice. And some people have paid me $50 instead of $30, so say for instance a kaffir lime tree costs me $46 to buy, or a finger lime tree. If you don't know what that is, check the Your Natural Paradise page in consciousazine.com. That one's really nice. They're finger limes. They've got little balls in there that explode and it's lime. And that also costs $40. And then the kumquat tree I can get for $26. and they're all pretty small, so they'll take a bit of watering and a bit of care. And I was thinking about setting up a water distillation technique here, where you get a big bottle and you put it over a little bottle, and have the little bottle standing upright with water in it, and it evaporates, hits the top of the big bottle around it, and then ends up dripping down to the side and into the ground. So you plant it near the plant's roots, and so it can provide a little bit more moisture on those hot days. So yeah, this guy looks pretty healthy, and let's hope there's nice rains still coming, because it has just rained a lot around this area in the last couple of weeks, North New South Wales here. So let's hope there's some more on the way. And yeah, I got 40 chilies off that, and as you can see, there's plenty more on there, but you don't pick them if they're not ripe. And yeah, so I'm also in this situation because I don't want to just give my soul, my whole life, my whole reason for being, well, I am here, so I don't want to give that all away to some fictitious disincarnate corporate, and you know, have my soul harvested for the benefit of the bottom line of this fictitious disincarnate corporate, or someone else's business, so to speak. And so I've decided to go the knowledge is power track, and I'm finding that knowledge really is power with plants. Oh, and by the way, this leaf just grew overnight, because as you can see, I stuffed its leaf up yesterday. This is a squash plant I planted just yesterday for the Tina Farber Guerrilla Grow, and that's grown a leaf overnight. So as you can see, they grow themselves, they look after themselves. I gave that no water. I've given those squash plants no water yet, and I really should, but I don't have any water on me. There is a creek there, so after I can just walk down to the creek. So that's also why I chose this spot. So if in desperation I can water these plants, as long as I have a plastic bottle or something, or a glass bottle. Okay, so yeah, I've decided that, you know, I've really found that knowledge is power with plants, and I'm reaping the benefits already, and thanks guys for supporting me, because I actually did start this $30 bandit thing because I was running low on food at the end of every fortnight, or every 2 weeks, just before my next youth allowance payment for studying full-time. So it's just not enough every time, and so this will just get me through, you know. So thanks everybody, and now there's going to be plants growing everywhere, and I'll also note where they are so others can look after them and also reap the benefits of the fruits. And yeah, I really have found, and very quickly, that knowledge is power when it comes to this wild foraging and plant knowledge stuff. For instance, this is all that stuff growing, cobbler's peg right there, and it's just growing as a weed. Sorry about the crappy camera, it's just the underwater camera. But see, it's I've done a video on that, and that's actually quite medicinal. Everyone just thinks it's like a noxious weed. So there's a real example of how knowledge is power in this this line of work, or this line of understanding with the plants, and aligning with the larger plant body, or the bolos of the plant body life on Earth. If you could think of all sense-stored electrical waves, you know, data streams, so to speak, and plant souls and so forth. Yes, Captain Planet here knows about all this, you know. So, what Terence McKenna called the logos and stuff like this, and the Gaia concept, the Gaia hypothesis. So I've really found that you should communicate to your plants, because I believe they sing themselves into existence. And well, to put that in perspective, my situation, it's the same I find with myself. I have to sing myself into existence.